Finally, it's here, Benjamin Moore's Color of the Year for 2022. Hey everyone, I've been waiting for this moment. Benjamin Moore has finally weighed in on the color of the year for 2022. Every year, the paint companies pick a color they feel best reflects the year ahead. It's usually based on tons of market research in all sorts of fields, like the art world, fashion, and culture. Some companies choose their color in an attempt to inspire you to feel a certain way about the year ahead. Others choose their color as a reflection of how you, the collective you, is feeling about the year ahead. In case you don't know this, Benjamin Moore is my go-to when it comes to paint colors. In my own interior design practice, I use Benjamin Moore in 80% of my projects. So I'm always excited to see what they pick every year. Sometimes I love their choice, sometimes not so much. A quick recap of the colors from years gone by. And if you'd like a reminder of where we were with last year's pick, remember that teal? Check out this video. I'll link it below with all my other Color of the Year videos. And so, the Color of the Year for 2022, according to Benjamin Moore, is called October Mist. A year-long exploration of all things creative has culminated in this green-gray color. According to them, it's time to make room for creativity. Evoking the silver green stem of a flower, October Mist creates a canvas for other colors and your imagination to blossom. Well, if you pay attention to these sorts of announcements, you may have noticed that many other paint colors picked a green color as well. Sherwin-Williams chose Evergreen Fog. Behr chose Breezeway. Glidden selected Guacamole. And PPG settled on Olive Sprig. So if they're all doing the same kind of research about how we're all feeling in the world, maybe that means it's time for some green. Green is all about nature. We're certainly becoming more aware of the environment around us and how we interact with nature, so that makes sense. Green is also a very soothing color. It helps people feel rested and secure. That's why we have a green room in the entertainment industry, or why hospitals use a lot of green colors to put their patients at ease. And as we round out almost a 2-year pandemic, then maybe that feeling of rest, stability, and security is what we're all craving. So yes, October Mist is definitely a color that feels restful and stable. It's also the most earthy green from all the other paint company greens selected this year. It's earthy and sagey and gray. If you look at October Mist in relation to the other immediate colors in Benjamin Moore's fan deck, you'll see a huge array of deep browns all the way up to this rich mossy green, with October Mist being the lightest in intensity. It's part of the Designer Classics collection, which means the color has actually been around for a while. So even though it was just picked as a new trend, it actually does have some staying power. And if you watch the announcement from Benjamin Moore, you'll know that they think of October Mist as a great base for other colors. Just like the stem of the flower leads to exciting new colors and combinations of colors in the actual blossoming part of the flower. If you're using it as an all-over wall color, you'll want to know that if you have lots of light in the room, this color will be less muddy and less earthy. The green will definitely shine through. If you don't have a lot of light, then those earthy tones of brown and gray will become more apparent. So it's important to note that most of the images on Benjamin Moore's website depicting October Mist actually look very light-filled. So don't be fooled, keep light in mind. I think October Mist would be a great bedroom color because it's soothing and calming. It would look great with lots of natural wood tones of pine and caned furniture, natural linens, and cream and caramel. So if I go back to this strip of color, I think any of these would be beautiful as built-in cabinetry. When you paint woodwork a deep, rich color, you add so much character and charm. So considering October Mist in a kitchen, you could see it as something like this. Using it on your base cabinets gives you a warm and inviting kitchen with lots of opportunity for other rich materials like black granite countertops and butcher block. With a light-filled kitchen, both the uppers and lowers would look lovely with October Mist. If you had a slightly darker kitchen or a smaller kitchen, you could add a warm white like Benjamin Moore's Simply White or Cloud White to your uppers to lighten things up. A small room like this entryway can really be boosted with October Mist on the walls because it's just enough intensity of color and the perfect backdrop for dramatic built-ins in a darker accent. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more. Do you need more personalized help from me? You can find me on Patreon for a one-on-one consultation. Head over to patreon.com/designchickee and stay tuned until the end of this video for more information. So overall, I think if you're looking to change your color palette from the gray and white of yesterday's color scheme and aren't quite sure you'd move over to that beige trend that we saw in this last trends video, I'll link it below, or even last year's color of the year video, I'll link that one below too, then October Mist is a great start. It can warm up your palette where you probably don't have to change much around it. All your neutrals will still work. It's the perfect blend of green and gray. Sage without it being too herby, gray without it being too dull. But do I think this color is exciting, new, and revolutionary? No. Do I see that we are leaning towards more color and more green color? Yes. Even if we're still liking a little bit of gray? Yes. Why do I say all that? Well, along with the color of the year, Benjamin Moore releases their new color palette of the year. And I find this palette a little more exciting than just the one paint color singled out as the color of the year. Last year's palette was very different than this year's palette. Here are the two side by side. You can see a real shift from the yellows, creams, and clay colors to this year's more green tones. There's actually several colors in this year's palette with green undertones. Smoky green is one of my favorites. It's lovely for a fresh new bedroom palette, but I also think it's a great fresh clean color for a bathroom. Fernwood green is bright and fun. High Park is the greenest of greens in this palette, but still with a slight gray undertone so that it's not as bright as it could be. Definitely makes it more livable as a full wall color. And then there's my favorite in the whole palette, Gloucester Sage. So deep and rich, it could be great mixed with other earthy materials like wood and stone. If you've got a cabin in the woods, this should be one of your colors. Even the two pale off-whites in this year's palette have green and gray undertones. I'm loving Morning Dew as a lovely neutral color. You can see it here in the upper half of the room, paired with October Mist down below. Not sure why I'd paint half my room like that, but you can see how those two colors really complement each other. Maybe you'd use October Mist on built-in cabinetry and Morning Dew on the walls. I'm always on the hunt for a beautiful white paint. Steam is just like its name implies. Not white, but not gray. It's like you've just fogged up your mirror after a hot shower. This bathroom all in white steam is still soft and pale. Notice how the walls have a slight gray tone behind that pure white tub. So there's definitely more green in this palette from last year. Some of those yellow colors are still there, but they're lighter and more neutral. All in all, the whole palette works well together. It's a great color concept for your home. I could see Wildflower or Mysterious as beautiful front door exterior colors, with your principal rooms in any of the neutral gray-green colors. I'd love a real country kitchen feel with October Mist on the cabinets and the island in Gloucester Sage. Bathrooms in smoky green and bedrooms in natural linen or Morning Dew. And Fernwood green for a lovely happy laundry room. Last year, Benjamin Moore presented a palette that was warm, sun-baked, aged, and nourishing. This year, they're saying we want more color and creativity, but with reliability and stability. It doesn't mean you all have to go out and repaint your home, but maybe consider some of these colors in rooms where you are spending more time in. Maybe your home office needs a redo. Calm, but creative. Now, I always say when it comes to specific paint colors, keep in mind your own lighting conditions and always test it out. What you actually see on your screen right now depends on so many variables. So test it out in real life before you go full steam ahead. Check out my design lesson video on how to choose paint colors for your home. It's a great resource and I'll link it below along with a whole bunch of other paint color videos, including all the other colors of the year from the past several years. So here's your takeaway. If you're looking for an all-over greener palette, then October Mist may just be the perfect foundation or base color. Its sagey gray-green tones will make your room feel anchored and calm. Add in special touches of the other colors in this year's Benjamin Moore color palette, from pale violet to dusty pink and a range of herby greens. It's all about a soothing palette with your own expression of color. You can support this channel through Patreon. I've got lots of tiers, including one where you can schedule a one-on-one video consultation with me. My patrons and I have tackled so many projects in the last few months, from exterior paint colors to final design touches to a whole new build. So if you need some personalized help from me, check out my Patreon page. And a big shout out to all my patrons. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It helps to grow this channel. And as always, thanks for watching this little design tip. I'll have lots more design tips just like this one coming soon. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss the next video. See you soon.